third and twos and stuff like that, short yardage situations. But I'm blessed to be able to do it, and I mean, people like to watch it, so it's fun for me.
Have you had pro teams ask you like if that's a role you want to play?
I had some ask me that, and they're open to it, and I'm open to it. I just want to win at the end of the day, and if that's playing offense or defense, and no matter what, I just want to win.
JJ, have you met with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yet?
I have not. No, sir.
How about the Cowboys?
I met them informal with the Cowboys. Yes, sir.
Take us through your interception of the strong one-handed grab.
It was kind of crazy. I was rushing as a shade, and me and Tonka, we ran Tonka Hemingway from South Carolina. We ran a game, and all I know is I was trying to jump to bat the ball down, and the ball just like stuck to my hand. So that's the receiver / tight end days back in high school and college.
Are you ready to run some Wildcat in the NFL?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Have you formally spoke with the Lions at all? Would you run some Wildcats?
I spoke to him informally, but not just formally for sure.
When you were making the transition from tight end to defensive line, what was the driving force in that?
I would say Nick Eason. He was a coach at Auburn, and he really just seen a lot in me, and he knew that I could play the D-line position, and I was smart enough to play it just because I played offense my whole life. And knowing the cues that O-lineman says and stuff like that with quarterback and the checks and stuff like that. So it gave me an upper hand at playing D-line. But I knew I was going to be a D-lineman. I just didn't win. But I'm glad it came my sophomore year at Auburn.
Were you, like, receptive to it immediately? Did you have to kind of convince yourself that this was a good idea?
Yeah, I definitely had to convince myself just because, again, you know, as a youngin', 19 years old, 20 years old, you've been playing offense your whole life. You feel like this is what God's calling you to do. But sometimes, you got to change that. And I just called my parents, and it was like, sometimes God has to shake up something just for it to be great. So that's the outcome of that, me playing both sides of the ball, and I'm here now just because of that.
What do you feel like you learned from Coach Eason specifically?
A lot. He really just dumbed everything down for me. He made things simple for me, simplified everything, and from there, the pass rush to the run game and just being violent.
What was the most natural part of your transition to the D-line, and what was the hardest part of your transition?
I'd say the most natural part is just being able to strike O-lineman. I mean, as a tight end, I was a big tight end, so I was having to block the D-end, sometimes double team or D-tackle. So I'd say just the physical part, it was there. But I'd say the most difficult thing was definitely like learning the scheme and understanding the why. I didn't know why it was lining here or why we blitz here, but now I understand and I know it.
What did you weigh coming out of high school?
Coming out of high school, I was around 285.
Okay. So going up to 323 from like 300 as a freshman.
Yes, sir.
It's your no problem.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you could be a blocking tight end, but you feel in the NFL you could also be a pass catcher if a team wanted to kind of throw you in on offense, for anything.
Yes, sir. I feel like I could. Just depends on whatever they need. If they need a blocking tight end, or if they need me to slip out and catch a pass, I mean, I feel like I can do that. Like I had the interception, scramble, so I've shown it. And I'm actually, when I work out, I'm gonna do D-line drills and also do fullback / tight end drills as well.
Have you met?
Definitely me being able to play defense and offense, and not many people for those positions.
Have you met with the Steelers? What was your impression if you did?
I haven't met with them formal, but I have informal, and I love them. They're just the way they play their fronts and things like that. They mix up their fronts a lot.
Who did you talk to in the informal meeting with them?
A couple of D-line coaches, assistant D-line coach, and we just talk ball and just they wanted to know about me and family and stuff like that.
Seems like every time you turn around, there's an Ole Miss defensive lineman here. What was that? What was that group like? Why? What made you guys so special?
It was a group that obviously came from the transfer portal for sure. But when they got there, it was strictly about ball. Presley, Jared Ivey, Walter Nolan, big names in this draft, and it was a blessing to be around them and learn from them and get to pick their brains. And we led a couple things: sacks, tackles for loss, and pressures. As a D lineman, we took that with pride, and definitely our D line coach. So we definitely want to thank him for all the things he done for us, Coach Randall Joyner, for sure.
You also led the nation in yards per carry allowed. Just kind of what was the mindset or your approach and stuff in the run?
It was to get to pass, you make your money on third down, so you got to stuff the run. So we was just big on that, just getting up the field, getting tackle for losses, penetration in the backfield, and making them pass.
And what's your approach or how you feel about handling double teams as a one technique?
Yes, sir.
When you did that
Yes, sir.
good amount.
Definitely. Just the double teams, if the back's towards you and things like that. Like I said, I play offense, so you can anticipate getting the double teams. You'll probably tighten down just to be thicker on the guard, so the tackle. And you want to get penetration and knock back on the guard, so the tackle has to climb up to the backer, so it won't be on you as long.
Did you do any running in high school as a senior? Any goal line or short yardage running?
I was offense all high school.
I know, but you played tight end. But did you do any carrying?
Yes, sir. I did wildcat. I played running back, receiver, quarterback, all of it.
So when Gus Malzahn had you do that at Auburn, he had watched you in high school and knew you could do that.
Yes, sir.
Right. So then you go to Lane, and Lane said, "Well, we saw you do it at Auburn, so it's easy." Right.
Yes, sir.
What's Jackson Dart like in the huddle?
Oh, that's my guy. He's different outside of football, but when it's football, he got that little, the Dark Vader or whatever's going on him, and he just locked in. He's a different character. He's always locked in, always talking about ball. I love him to death. That's one person on the team that I'll ride with and bring with me no matter what, just because I know what I'm going to get out of him. I know he's going to give his all, and that's a guy that, we named as captain, me as well, but that's somebody I bring with me for sure.
When people watch your tape, what's the biggest strength that you see? When people watch you on tape,